Week 91, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek 91. We're glad to have you with us. German luxury cars are by their nature expensive. Many a man or woman has longed for one of the automobiles of BMW, Audi, or Mercedes. But the price has kept these dream cars well out of reach. And in these days of harsh economic reality, the goal of owning a fine German sedan can seem even further away than ever. Declining sales and stiff new Japanese competition have also forced the German automakers to reevaluate the way they sell cars. Mercedes has remained healthy so far, but the company from Stuttgart didn't get to its current lofty position by ignoring market trends. So Mercedes has introduced a new, lower-priced version of its smallest car, the 190 2.3.
If the name sounds familiar, it should. The 190e 2.3 was withdrawn from the American market at the end of 1988 model year, eclipsed by the more expensive six-cylinder 190e 2.6. Cylinder baby Benz is back. And the price, $28,050 before options. That's about $4,000 cheaper than 2.6. Add in our test car's power seats and sunroof, and the price comes to $30,010. The 190e 2.3 has had subtle changes since it was last offered. The bumpers, air dam, and lower body molding are new. The car sits somewhat lower thanks to revised suspension settings. Despite the updates, the body's flat surfaces and sharp edges show the car to be what it is, an aging design. Inside, the center console has been narrowed to provide more knee room, and there's more wood trim than before. Even so, the cockpit still gives a stark, dark impression that seems to pervade so many German sedans. Gauges are, as always, large and clear. The seats have been redesigned to provide more side support. Buyers have a choice of leather or velour as optional upholstery. Our car had the optional power seats with their now familiar seat cushion shaped controls. The head restraint is power adjustable too. As for other restraints, the seatbelt now has an adjustable upper mounting point. The non-adjustable steering wheel contains a driver airbag. Unfortunately, that huge wheel and low dash knee bolster limit room even for shorter drivers. Big dash vents keep air flowing through the cockpit. Air direction controls are not easy to read or understand without first consulting the owner's manual. The cassette holder is a new touch, and so is the AM/FM cassette stereo. We prefer the simple Alpine receiver to the pretentious backer unit that Mercedes-Benz puts in its more expensive models. Deep door pockets provide storage room, and since there's no passenger side airbag, the glove box remains full size. But the back seat can be kind of tight for full-sized people. Though the front seats have been redesigned to provide more rear knee room, there's still less room here than we'd like. And the same comment goes for the trunk. There's only 11.7 cubic feet of cargo room here, slightly less room than in a Honda Civic sedan. The heart of the 190e 2.3 is the single overhead cam four-cylinder engine. It is essentially the same engine that powered the car when it was last sold here in '88. Horsepower is still rated at 130. While not as sophisticated as some of the new 16-valve engines from other manufacturers, this one's very quiet and smooth for a four-cylinder. EPA mileage ratings for this engine with manual transmission are 20 city, 28 highway. Our number was 24 miles per gallon. And in our test, the 2.3-liter pushed the 190e to 60 miles per hour in 9.6 seconds. The quarter mile took 17.3 seconds and ended at 80 miles. Acceleration was smooth, but the clutch in our test car seemed to release very late in the pedal travel. Shifter throws are long, so driving the 190e hard takes a special technique. But driving on the highway is easy, and it's one of the most satisfying things you can do in this car. The body structure has a solid feel that few sedans of its size can approach. The ride is also smooth without being bouncy or feeling uncontrolled. Considering that soft ride quality, we were very surprised by the 190e's handling. While not as tenacious or spirited as a 3 Series BMW, the Benz has a high level of grip and control. While the steering is slow, the wheel is not numbed by excessive amounts of front tire scrub. Mild front-end plow is kept in check by a rear end that drifts out to keep you heading in the direction you've originally steered. Brakes, too, are exceptional. Anti-lock brakes are standard, and they pulled our test car down from 60 miles per hour with ease. Stopping distances averaged to 109 feet, an impressive number. For comparison, there are cars in the 190e's class that can be had for less money. The Alfa Romeo 164L, for example, is a few $1,000s less, and it has a very powerful V6 engine as standard. It has similar features and more interior and trunk room, but it lacks the 190e's reputation for reliability and high resale value. Infinity's new G20 is another alternative. While it's much less prestigious than the Mercedes-Benz, it also offers more interior and trunk room, better acceleration, and a price that's $9,000 cheaper. It does not offer an airbag or the 190e's superb ride. The 190e was originally introduced in this market in the fall of 1983, and a lot has happened in the car industry since. While the entry-level Mercedes falls short of current standards in room, it still has ride and handling to recommend it. Whether or not that makes the 190e 2.3 worth the extra money it costs depends on how much you value its virtues and how badly you desire to see a three-pointed star on your hood.
There are many marques that carry